My name is Lydia, and this is a Funky Buddha virtual power flow class. We'll be going through our transitions today and how to smooth out our transitions. We're going to get started on our back today in Shavasana. So for Shavasana, just lay down flat on your back. Take your arms and legs nice and wide. Shavasana is a mindful resting pose. So in this posture here, begin to turn your attention inward to your breath. And just begin to notice the subtle movements in your body, in and out, as you inhale and exhale. Go ahead and check in with your thoughts for a moment. Just notice what's going on mentally, if there's stillness or if there's a lot of noise or traffic. Just notice that, and then choose to come back to your breath. Just a couple more moments here. Check in with your thoughts. Check in with your breath. Just notice if your attention has shifted at all. And if it has, just gently redirect your focus back to your breath. Go ahead and open up your eyes if your eyes were closed. And then bring your legs together, flex your feet, and then press your heels forward. Bring your arms down alongside your body and then press your palms flat down into the ground. That's for stability. And then this last detail is important. Really press your low back down into the ground. And as you do so, notice there's a subtle tilting of your pelvis, your hip points towards your low ribs. Stay here, keep your hands where they are, but lift your right leg up and then draw your right knee in towards your chest. And take another moment here to press your low back down into the ground. Lift your left leg up to a hover above your mat. Really pull your right knee in and up towards your face, and then press your front heel forward and away from you. We're looking for some action in your belly here. Use your hands for stability, and then re-pull your knee in towards your face. Take a breath in. Switch legs. Send your right leg long. Pull your left knee in towards your face. And then lower your right leg again just to a hover above your mat. Use the strength in your belly and your hip flexor muscles to pull your left knee a little closer in towards your face. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Switch legs. Draw your right knee in towards your face. Really press out through your left heel. Take a full breath here. Switch. Pull your left knee in. Press your right heel forward. Switch. Just one breath here. Switch. One full inhale. And draw both knees in towards your chest. Make a few slow, lazy circles with your knees clockwise and counterclockwise. You're welcome to take any movement here that feels like a release in your low back. Take your hands and place them behind your legs, and then rock forward and back the length of your mat. Meet in boat pose. So for boat pose, a couple of options. You can either bring your heels down to your mat, or you can flex your feet and press your heels forward. Choose whichever one feels the most supportive in your low back. Then take a moment here with your hands still behind your legs to puff up through your chest. Just notice how that feels in your low back. Then release your bind, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Drop your hands over to the right. Reach back up, breathe in. Drop your hands to the left. Reach up, right. Reach up, left. Last full round. Hands to the right. Reach up, go left. Final time, reach up. Come all the way back down to your back. Make a few circles again with your knees, clockwise and counterclockwise, or take whatever movement feels good to you here. Bring your hands back behind your legs and then rock forward and back, meet in downward facing dog. And in your first down dog today, take any movement that feels good to you in your body. Go ahead and work out any kinks or pops in your hips, in your shoulders, in your head and neck. As you begin to move towards stillness here in your down dog, notice the weight in both of your hands. Press down evenly into your thumbs and your pointer fingers, and then press your chest back a little further towards your legs. Look forward between your hands, come up to your tippy toes. Tiptoe forward 1 inch at a time. When you reach the top of your mat, take ragdoll. Bring opposite hand to opposite elbow. Tuck your chin and then pull the top of your head down towards the ground. Release your mind. Take a halfway lift, press your hands into your shins. Bow forward, exhale. A halfway lift. Bow. One more time, halfway lift, pull your heart forward. Bow forward, empty your breath. Rise all the way up, reach up. Bow forward, empty out. Halfway lift. Step back to high plank. Place your hands directly underneath your shoulders and then keep a slight micro bend in your elbows from left to right. Listen, lift your right leg up. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Hold here. And then notice again, make sure that your shoulders are still over top of your hands. Take a breath in. Slide your knee down towards the ground like it's in an elevator, so straight down. Hug your knee back up towards your chest. Lower it down. Lift. Lower. Final time, lift. Step back to high plank. Lift your left leg up, knee to chest. Stack your shoulders over top of your hands. Slide your knee down towards the ground. Lift it back up. Lower it down. Lift. Lower. Final time, lift. High plank. Just one breath here. Shift your weight forward. Downward facing dog, pull back. Take a breath in. Breathe out. In. Exhale. Lift your heels. Look forward between your hands. Push your breath out. Hop or step forward. Take a halfway lift. Bow. Rise all the way up. Breathe in. Bow forward. Empty your breath. Halfway lift. High plank. Lift your right leg up. Squeeze your knee in towards your chest. Lower it down towards the ground. Squeeze it back up towards your chest. Send your leg back. Set it down, high plank. Lift your left leg up. Knee to chest. Slide it down towards the ground. Pull it back up towards your chest. Send your leg back. High plank. Shift forward. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels. Look forward, get empty. Hop or step forward. Take a halfway lift. Bow. Rise all the way up. This time, chair pose, exhale. Press your weight back into your heels. And then sit a little lower, deeper into your chair pose. Notice here if your belly is opening up, if your low ribs are flaring out, gently draw your low ribs back together. Now take a full breath in. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Lift your right foot up off of your mat, and then draw your right knee in and up towards your chest. Now press your heel forward, straighten your leg. Draw your right heel back in towards your bum. Set your foot back down. Lift your left foot up. Lift your left knee up towards your chest. Squeeze your heel towards your bum, and then press your heel forward, straighten your leg. Squeeze your heel back in, listen. Shift your weight forward, tilt your chest forward, and then as lightly as you can, set your foot down behind you. Warrior one, spin your back heel down. Open up to warrior two. Reverse. Come back to warrior two. Reverse. Warrior two. Reverse. Two. Biggest reverse. Chaturanga. Measure out your exhale here. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Warrior one, rise up. Open up to warrior two. Reverse. Warrior two. reverse, 2, reverse, warrior 2. Listen, stay here, take a breath. Come back to warrior 1, reach both hands up. Lean your chest forward, shift your weight into your front foot. Step your back foot forward, meet in chair pose. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale all of your breath. Rise up, take a big breath in. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath. Breathe out. Lift your heels. Look forward between your hands. Get ready to move. Hop or step forward. Halfway lift. Bow. Rise up, reach up, take a breath. Chair pose, sit your weight back into your heels. Now squeeze your glutes and then squeeze your navel in towards your spine. Draw your shoulder blades together and down along your back to open up your chest. Take a breath here. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Lift your right foot up off of your mat. Squeeze your right knee in and up towards your chest. Squeeze your heel in towards your bum. Press your heel forward, straighten your leg. Draw your heel back in towards your bum. Set it back down, chair pose. Lift your left foot up. Squeeze your heel in towards your bum, sit a little bit lower. Press your heel forward, straighten your leg. Draw your heel back in towards your bum. This time, lean your chest forward. As lightly as you can, place your foot down behind you. Warrior 1, spin your back heel down. Now open up to warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. You can either bring your forearm to your leg here, or you can bring your hand all the way down inside of your front foot. Reach your left hand up to the ceiling. Spread your fingers nice and wide to light up through your top hand. And then notice if all the weight is dumping into your bottom hand or arm, take some of the weight out. We're looking for some action in your hips and in your belly. And then gently peel your top shoulder back behind you. Take a breath here. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Listen. Come back to warrior 2. Stay here. Breathe out. Warrior 1, reach both hands up. Lean your chest forward, shift your weight into your front leg. Step your back foot forward, meet in chair pose. Lift your right foot up off of the ground. Draw your right knee up towards your chest. Squeeze your heel in towards your bum. Press your leg forward, straighten your leg. Re-squeeze your heel in towards your bum, and then tilt your chest forward, and as lightly as you can, step your foot back behind you. Warrior 1, spin your back heel down. Open up to warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. And again, you can bring your forearm to your leg, Or you can bring your left hand all the way down inside of your front foot. Just like on the first side, notice if there's a lot of weight dumping into your bottom hand or arm. Use your muscles to gently lift some of the weight out of that bottom hand or arm. Spread your top fingers nice and wide, and then really gently peel your top shoulder blade back behind you. Breath here. Breathe out. In, out. Another full round. Clear your breath. Come back to warrior two. Breathe in. Stay here. Empty your breath. Warrior one, reach both hands up. Lean your chest forward. Shift your weight into your front foot. Step your back foot forward. Chair pose. Stay here. Press your weight back into your heels. Take a breath. Breathe all the way out. Rise up, reach up. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog and stay. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels. Look forward, get empty. Hop or step forward. Halfway lift. Bow. Rise all the way up, big inhale. Chair pose, sit your weight back into your heels. Take a breath. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Lift your right foot up off of your mat. Squeeze your heel in towards your bum. Press your heel forward, straighten your leg. Squeeze your heel back in towards your bum. Set your foot back down. Lift your left foot up. Draw your knee up towards your chest. Press your heel forward, straighten your leg. Squeeze your heel back in towards your bum. Listen, lean your chest forward. And as lightly as you can, set your foot back down behind you. This time, crescent lunge. Keep your back heel up. After you land here in your crescent, you can make any adjustments that you'd like to your feet. So you can always step them a little further away from each other, from right to left, or a little closer together. Reach both hands up, light up through all 10 fingertips, and then sink a little bit deeper into your front leg. Take a breath, hands together in front of your heart. One full breath here. Crescent twist right. Hook your elbow to the outside of your front leg, and then gently press down into your bottom arm to lift your chest away from the ground. Take a breath in. Breathe out. In. Exhale. Breath. Breathe out. Another full round. Stay for the empty. Listen. Come back to crescent lunge. Breathe in. Tilt your chest forward for power crescent. Begin to shift the weight into your front foot. Step your back foot forward. Land in chair pose. Take a breath. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Lift your right foot up off of your mat. Squeeze your knee up towards your chest. Press your heel forward, straighten your leg. Squeeze your heel back in towards your bum. Lean your chest forward, bend your standing leg,
And as lightly as you can, set your foot down behind you for crescent lunge. And then just like the first side, make any adjustments that you'd like in your feet to help your base feel really stable and strong. So again, you can step your feet a little further away from each other, from left to right or front to back. Reach up, light up through all 10 fingers. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. One full breath in, crescent twist to the left. You can either keep your gaze down at the ground, or if you're feeling steady, you can walk your gaze up towards the ceiling. Just like on the first side, press down into your bottom arm to lift your chest away from the ground. Take a breath in. Breathe out. In. Exhale. Breath. Breathe out. Another in. Twist it all the way out. Come back to crescent lunge. Breathe in. Lean your chest forward for power crescent. Shift your weight into your front foot and then step your back foot forward, meet in chair pose. Chair pose, take a breath. Sit your hips a little bit lower. Breathe in. Empty all of your air. Rise up, take a breath. Bow forward, empty out. Halfway lift, pull your heart forward. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, and stay. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels. Look forward between your hands. Stack your shoulders over top of your wrists. Hop or step forward. Halfway lift. Bow. Rise up, big breath in. Chair pose, hands together in front of your heart. One big breath here. Chair twist to the right. Hook your elbow to the outside of your leg, and then press your elbow into your leg to twist open. Press your leg back into your elbow for a little bit of additional leverage. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Look down, listen. Take a breath in. Step your left foot back, meet in a crescent twist. Step your foot forward, chair twist. Step back, crescent twist. Step forward, chair twist. Step back, crescent twist. This time, step forward, chair twist. Stay here, breathe out. Come back to chair pose, breathe in, reach up. Hands together in front of your heart. One big breath in. Chair twist to the left. And again, hook your elbow to the outside of your leg. Use your elbow as leverage to twist your spine open. Take a breath. Breathe out. In. Look down at the ground. Take a breath here to fill. Step your right foot back, meet in a crescent twist. Step forward, chair twist. Step back, crescent twist. Forward, chair twist. Back, crescent twist. Step forward. Step back. Final time forward. Release and bow. You can take any bind here that feels supportive in your body. So you can take a big toe bind with your peace sign fingers around your big toes. Or you can take gorilla by flipping your hands so the backs of your hands are down and then walking your feet all the way up onto your palms. Whichever you choose, tuck your chin. Maybe give your knees a bigger bend. Allow your entire upper body to hang down heavy towards the ground. Go ahead and release your bind. Heel toe your feet back together underneath you. Halfway lift, breathe in. Bow forward, empty out. Rise all the way up, breathe in. Take airplane, send your right leg back behind you. Flex your flying foot, point your toes down towards the ground. Notice if your airplane is dive bombing or nose diving down here, lift your chest back up and away from the ground. Take a breath. Keep a bend in your standing leg. Reach your hands forward, warrior three, breathe in. Reach back, airplane. Reach forward, back. Forward, back. Reach forward, reach back. Final time forward. Feet together, come to standing at the top of your mat. Rise up, reach up, get a breath. Take airplane, left leg back. Just like the first side, flex your flying foot, point your toes down towards the ground. And then again, lift your chest up if you notice that your airplane is nose diving down towards the ground. Keep a bend in your standing leg. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Reach both of your hands forward, warrior three. Reach back for airplane. Reach forward, back. Forward, back. Reach forward, reach all the way back. Final time, big reach, lengthen out. Feet together, come to standing at the top of your mat. Reach up, take a breath in. Take tree pose. Connect your right foot somewhere to the inside of your left leg. And for tree, your foot can be anywhere from your ankle all the way up to your inner groin. So choose your foot placement and then bring your hands together at heart center, or you can clasp them together at your low back and pull them down towards the ground for a front body stretch. You can also grow your tree and reach both of your hands up towards the ceiling. Whichever you choose, keep your breath steady. Notice the place where your foot is pressing into your standing leg. Really press that foot into your leg. And then press your hips back to center, a little further over to the right. Take a full breath in. Breathe out. In. Exhale. Final breath. Set your foot down. Reach up, get a big breath here. Take tree pose on the other side. Connect your left foot to the inside of your right leg And then you choose your hands. So you can either bring your hands together in front of your heart. You can reach them up towards the ceiling. Or if it felt good before, you can clasp them at your low back and then pull your hands down towards the ground. Keep your gaze steady. Look at one thing that will help with balance. And then again, think about really pressing your foot into your standing leg. Take a breath. Breathe out. In. Exhale. Biggest breath. Set your foot back down. Reach up, get a big breath here. Bow and empty. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Pull your heart forward. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. And then take triangle. Bring your right hand down to your shin or to a block outside of your front foot. Reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Spread your top fingers nice and wide. Draw your top shoulder back to spin your chest open. Take a breath. Breathe out. In. Exhale. Breath. Send it away. Biggest breath. Take pyramid. Step your back foot forward, about halfway up your mat. Ground both of your heels down into the ground, and then hinge forward at your waist. Notice if you're holding any tension in your head or neck here. Just give your head and neck a gentle shake, yes and no. Keep a bend in your front leg, and then press your chest a little further back towards that leg. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Final breath, take a halfway lift. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. Rise with your in-breath. Warrior two, open up. Straighten your front leg. Take triangle. Bring your left hand down to your shin or to a block outside of your front foot. And then just like on the first side, spread your top fingers nice and wide. Peel your top shoulder back behind you to rotate your chest open towards the ceiling. Take a full breath in. Breathe out. In. Exhale. Breath. Breathe out. Fullest breath. Take pyramid. Step your back foot forward about halfway up your mat. Press both of your heels firmly down into the ground and then hinge forward at your waist. Check in with your head and neck. Notice again if you're holding any tension there. And if you are, just gently give your head and neck a shake. Find that bend again in your front leg and then press your chest a little further back.
Take a breath. Breathe out. In. Exhale. Final breath. Take a halfway lift in your chest. Chaturanga. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Come forward into high plank. And then lower down to forearm plank. So place your elbows where your hands were. Make sure that your elbows are stacked directly underneath your shoulders here. Press down into your forearms to lift your chest away from the ground. Take a breath in. Dip your right hip down towards the ground. Come back to center. Dip your left hip down. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Come back to center. Hold here for just a moment. Lower all the way down to your belly. Set up for locust pose. So bring your arms down alongside your body. Press your palms flat down into the ground. And then press the tops of your feet down firmly into the ground as well. Take the center of your forehead down into your mat to lengthen the back of your neck. Take a big breath in to set up. Exhale all the way out. Locust, rise up, breathe in. Yeah, stay here, keep breathing. Press your pubic bone down into the ground. Look down to lengthen the back of your neck. Now reach both hands back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest up just another inch. Take a full breath in. Breathe out. In. Exhale. Biggest breath. Come all the way back down to your belly. Take your hands, place them alongside your low rib cage for upward facing dog. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, pull back. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels. Look forward, listen. Come all the way through onto your back. Set up for bridge or wheel. Press both of your heels down firmly into the ground. See if you can lift your toes. And then press your low back down into the ground, just like at the very beginning of class. Notice how that brings your low belly online. And notice how there's also a subtle tilting of your pelvis, hip points towards low ribs. Take a breath in to fill. Exhale fully. Bridge or wheel, rise up, breathe in. Stay here, breathe out. Scoot your shoulder blades together underneath you. And then really ground down firmly into both of your heels. Puff up through your chest and tuck your chin. Look at your belly. Notice the movement in your belly created by your breath. Take a breath in. Breathe out. In. Squeeze your knees towards each other. Breath. Breathe out. Biggest breath. come all the way down. Stay set up for another back bend. You can take bridge or wheel. You can also take supported bridge. So if you have a block handy to you, I'll show you supported bridge this time. What we're going to do is slide the block directly underneath your hips when we rise. Take a full breath in to set up. Exhale all of your air. Bridge or wheel, rise up, breathe in. And then this is supported bridge. So for supported bridge, the block goes underneath your hips. And then just like before, you'll scoot your shoulder blades together underneath you. Tuck your chin, look at your belly, and then notice the movement in your belly that's created by your breath. Take a full breath in. Breathe out. In. Exhale. Breath. Stay for the empty. Biggest breath. Lower all the way down. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Take any movement here that feels like a release in your low back. Bring your hands behind your legs and then rock forward and back the length of your mat. Take downward facing dog. When you reach your down dog, take some movement for your body. You can bend one knee at a time. Give your head a shake, yes and no. Lift your right leg up and back, and then step your foot forward outside of your hands for lizard pose. For lizard, bring your back knee all the way down to your mat, and then scoot your knee as far back as it will go. If you haven't already, flip your back foot so the top of your foot is pressing down. And then a couple of options for your arms here. You can either stay at tall arms, you can bring your forearms down to a block, or you can bring your forearms all the way down to your mat. Wherever you land, think about squeezing your front knee in towards your upper arm and then gently pressing your hip points forward. We're looking for a comfortable stretch on the front side of your back hip. And just a couple more moments here. If you're noticing a lot of sensation, that's normal. Deepen your inhales and exhales. And then re-squeeze your front knee in towards your upper arm. Come back up to tall arms, and then scoot your front foot over towards the left side of your mat. Take half pigeon. As you're getting set up here, make sure that your forehead is resting down into something, whether it's a towel, or you can stack your hands. You can also rest your forehead down into a block. If you have a block, place it somewhere around you or underneath you to give you a little more support, whether that's under your chest or maybe underneath your floating hip. check in with your thoughts here for a moment. Notice if your thoughts have wandered or if there's a little more mental traffic happening. That's normal, so just notice that. And then choose to redirect your focus back to your breath. Come back up to tall arms if you aren't there already. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Take some movement here again for your body. Any movement that feels good. There's no right or wrong answer. And when you're ready, lift your left leg up and back, and then step it forward outside of your hands. Take lizard. Just like on the other side, bring your back knee all the way down. Scoot your back knee as far back as it'll go. And then flip your back foot so the top of your foot is pressing down. The options again are the same for your arms. You can stay at tall arms, or you can bring your forearms down to your block, or bring your forearms all the way down to your mat. Find that action again of squeezing your front knee in towards your upper arm bone. Come back to tall arms if you aren't already there. And then scoot your front foot over towards the right side of your mat. Take half pigeon. As you're getting set up here, see if you can scoot your back knee just an inch or two further back. And then again, if you have a block, place it somewhere around you or underneath you that feels supportive. So you can place it underneath your forehead. You can rest your chest on top of your block or place it underneath your floating hip. Just a couple more moments here. Notice again, check in with your thoughts. If your focus has shifted away from your practice on your mat, just notice that and then gently redirect your attention back to your breath. Press back up to tall arms. Take legs up the wall. If you're at home by an actual wall, you can scooch over to it and then use it as support for your legs. Otherwise, you can slide a block or slide your hands underneath your hips and then send your feet up towards the ceiling. Slowly make your way down. Remove your block or pillow or any other props from underneath your hips. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Take some movement here. You can rock from side to side, forward and back. Anything to release your low back. And then wrap your arms around your legs. Curl up into a tight ball. Give yourself one final squeeze. Shavasana. Stretch out long onto your mat. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Create a little space between your molars. Take deep rest. Bring your attention back to your breath. Wake up your fingers and toes. Make a few small movements. And then when you're ready, slowly roll over onto your right side. Press up to a seat on your mat. And keep your eyes closed if you feel comfortable doing so here. Then bring your hands together in front of your heart, or connect your thumb knuckles up to the center of your forehead. With gratitude for ourselves, with gratitude for each other, we share together. Namaste.